Good morning, my dear students and listener. I am your friend, Mr. Chidiebube Esomnofu from Community High School, Ibariam. This program is tagged Anambra Teaching on Air, a program sponsored by His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano, the Executive Governor of Anambra State. This wonderful program is initiated by our dear Commissioner for Basic Education, Professor Azuka Kate Omenuya. It is coordinated by Mr. Patrick Okeke of PPSC Oka in partnership with Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS. The subject of the day is mathematics. Do listen and enjoy with me. Okay, the temperature at Iceland. Iceland is a very nice country in Europe. The temperature there is too low, so you find out that sometimes they will have a negative temperature. All right, negative temperature. It can be minus 30 degrees centigrade, can be minus 15 degrees centigrade, etc. You can see a thermometer in the slide here indicating negative temperature. Also, the temperature of these uh, people displayed in this slide is quite high. It will be a very positive number value. So you can be getting something like plus 50, plus 30 something, plus 40 something, which is quite above the normal body temperature. All right. Um, if you have money, if you have no money in your bank account, and you are further charged for a service, automatically your balance turns negative. So you keep on getting negative amount in your bank account. Like you can see in this slide, here you have minus $96.13. So you have negative values, negative numbers. This leads us into a very nice topic in mathematics known as directed number. Okay, directed number. Remember to always check your temperature to check coronavirus because high temperature is not normal. Once once your temperature is quite high, it's likely to be infected by the virus. So you get high negative values, which are negative numbers. So that's why we are talking about directed numbers today. So what is this directed number all about? By the end of the lesson, you should be able to define directed numbers. You should perform operations involving directed numbers. You should also be able to use number lines to perform operations involving directed numbers. And finally, you can learn more than this. Apply directed numbers in real life. So let's see the meaning of directed numbers. Once directed number is being talked about, we mean those numbers which have a direction and the size. They have direction and size. When I mention size, I mean magnitude. Just like the illustration I gave you before the beginning of this lesson, in Iceland, you can get negative temperature values. So it has a direction, it's going towards the negative side, right? If your temperature is too high when you are measured, it's going towards the positive side. So the direction is positive. So those numbers that have signs, either positive or negative, are called directed numbers. Take note of this, please. Any number you know that has a sign, be it positive or negative, is tagged a directed number. So all the negative numbers you know and all the positive numbers you know put together give us what we call directed numbers. Remember that there are so many kinds of directed numbers, but you should know that 0 is not a directed number because 0 is neutral. It is neither positive nor negative. 0 shows no direction at all. It shows no direction. So it's a neutral number. So let it be known to you today that 0 is not a directed number. Again, As some examples of directed numbers, we have +2, -4, -5, etc. There are so many of them. All these numbers you know in this life that has a direction is tagged a directed number. All right. There are quite some rules you have to take when you want to add up two or more directed numbers. So I have the rules for adding or subtracting directed numbers. Okay, take a look at the rule number 1. Plus plus must always turn to plus. Minus minus must always turn to plus. Plus minus must turn to minus. And minus plus must turn to minus. Now, in summary, you should know that when the signs are similar, when you have uniform sign, just like plus plus or minus minus, it is tagged, it must be positive. But once the signs are different, maybe plus and minus or minus and plus as the case may be, it means that it must be negative. So similar signs are positive while dissimilar signs are negative. Also, we have the rules for multiplication of directed numbers. Okay, the same thing applies to addition and subtraction too. So when you times two positive numbers, the result must be positive, just like you can see from the slide. When you times two negative numbers, the result must also be positive too. But when you times either a positive and negative or negative and positive number, the result must be negative. Okay? So let's go straight without wasting much of our time into the addition and subtraction of directed numbers, even the multiplication and the division. So this is called the operations in directed numbers. So let's go ahead and perform them. They are quite simple. All right. But before you go into that, I want to give you a quick test so that you must have everything pertaining to the addition and the subtraction of directed numbers. When you have -6 -8, please, I want you to always see negative numbers as what you are owing, what you are owing someone, and positive numbers as what you own. Okay? Those value you have is positive, but those ones you are owing people must be negative. So see -6 -8 in question number 1 as if you are owing two persons because there is no positive sign there. So -6 -8 implies that I am owing Mr. A 6 and I'm also owing Mr. B 8. Altogether, I am owing 14. And because I'm owing, the sign will still be negative. That is why minus minus is plus. So you've seen that we added 6 and 8 together to get 14. But that 14 must be negative because you are owing someone. You don't have anything at all. So take a look at number 2, -6 + 8. Now, -6 + 8 implies that I am owing Mr. A 6 plus, but I have 8. Because what I have is more than what I am owing. Therefore, from this 8 I am having, I will take 6 and pay off my debt, and I will have extra 2. Because I have extra, it will now be positive. That is why we have +2. So it's either +2 or you just write 2. They are the same thing. So any number without a sign attached to it, see it as a positive number. All right? Now take a look at number 3. +6 - 8. +6, you are having 6. But you are owing somebody 8. What you are owing is more than what you have. But you have to pay everything. When you pay 6, you are still owing the person 2 because you've not completed your payment. Therefore, 6 - 8 will give us -2. +6 + 8. This time around, you have maybe 6 in First Bank and you have 8 naira in Zenith Bank. Altogether, your money will be 14 because you add them up. plus plus, you have everything. You are not owing no one. So you've got to sum up the total amount of money in the various accounts. Number 5, 6 minus 8. Whenever two negative signs comes in between two numbers, please, they must turn to positive. Therefore, 6 minus 8 will give us 6 plus 8, which is 14. So in number 6, we have minus 6 minus plus 8. Minus is tougher than plus. So whenever minus and plus comes in between two numbers, whether the minus is coming first or the plus coming first, it must be minus. So minus 6 minus plus 8 is the same thing as minus 6 minus 8, which is minus 14, just like we discussed in question number 1. All right, let's go straight into some problems involving these directed numbers. Since I've told you the trick you have to be using in tackling such programs. Okay, number 1 says simplify 27 plus 18 minus bracket 10 minus 14 minus 2. This is a basic question 2010. Solution, the question which is minus 27 plus 18 minus 10 minus 14 minus 2, just like you can see in the slide. We have mixture of signs, so we can apply the BODMAS rule. Okay, so now minus 27 plus 18, in the bracket we have 10 minus 14. From the trick I told you, 10 minus 14 is the same thing as minus 4, because I have 10 and I'm owing somebody 14. What I have cannot pay off my debt. That's why you have minus 4 in the bracket. Then when you have minus 2, minus turns to plus. You come down again, minus 27 plus 18. I am owing you 27, but I have 18. So if I pay you the 18 I have, I am still owing you 9. That is why minus 27 plus 18 turn to minus 9. Then minus 4 will also turn to plus 4, then plus 2. So minus 9 plus 4, I am owing you 9, but I have 4. If I pay you 4, I am still owing you 5. So a minus 5 plus 2 gives us minus 3. You can pause this video at any time to understand a particular concept very well, then you can play it again to continue. Question number 2 says, simplify minus 4 into 3 minus 5 plus 10 minus 3 bracket 7 plus 4 plus 30. This is also a basic question 2013. Okay, now apply BODMAS. You have that 3 minus 5, which is bracket first. We deal with the brackets first. 3 minus 5 in the bracket will turn to minus 2. 7 plus 4 in the bracket turns to 7. Then minus 4 multiplying minus 2, the trick I told you about multiplication. When minus 4 multiplies minus 2, it turns to positive 8 plus 10. Then minus 3 times 11 will give us minus 33, then plus 30. Normally, 8 plus 10 is 18. Then minus 33 plus 30. I am owing you 33, but I have just 30. What I'm owing you is more than what I have. That's why I have negative 3. Then 18 minus 3 gives us 15. More questions? Number 3 says, simplify minus 13 minus 3 plus minus 10. This is basic question 2011. Solution, minus turns to plus. That's why the 3 turns to plus 3. Then I told you again that when you see two signs, plus and minus in between two numbers, you take minus. So minus 13 plus 3 will give us minus 10. Then minus the other 10. I'm owing 2 person 10, 10. Altogether, I'm owing 20. That's why the answer is minus 20. More of the questions. Simplify 12 minus 7 minus minus 5. Best equation 214. Okay, always bear it in your mind that minus minus must be plus. So the point where I have 7 minus minus 5, it will turn to plus 5. Then 12 minus 7 will give us 5. Then plus 5, we have 10. So once you master the trick involving all these things, it becomes quite simple for you. Question number 5, 16 plus 5.6 plus 0.681. Best equation 2016. Okay, this one is simple because all the numbers are all positive. So you have 16 plus 5.6 will give us 21.6. Then the 21.6 added to 0.681, it will give us 22.281. Okay, we are heading into the one concerning division and multiplication. So you have minus 100 divided by minus 2. Of course, when you have minus minus dividing each other, the minus cancels out, so it will turn to positive. Ordinarily, 100 divided by 2 will give us 50. That's why the answer is plus 50. Okay, so this is quite simple. We just need to master the trick there. Minus 5 times minus 35. Okay, the sign is just one. And I told you when the signs are different, it must be negative. But once the signs are the same, it will be positive. That is why minus 5. That is why 5 times minus 7 will give us minus 35. Number 8, minus 15 plus minus 5 in a bracket, then divided by minus 4. Follow board maths also, deal with the bracket. Minus 15 plus minus 5 in the bracket, we turn to minus 15 minus 5. And the minus 15 minus 5 is minus 20. And when you have minus 20 divided by minus 4, minus cancel minus, you have 5, positive 5. Now, this should be the last question we are taking under the operations involving directed numbers. So I have minus 9 times minus 5 times minus 7. Now, how many negative signs are we having there? 3. The minus in 9 will cancel the minus in 5. We'll still be having just a negative number. So minus 9 times minus 5 will give us positive 45. Then multiply it with negative 7, you have minus 315. Okay, we can still use the number line to add and subtract directed numbers. All right, so what is this number line? A number line is just a straight line extending to infinity in both positive and negative directions from 0. So the 0 is just the center of a directed number. So towards the left, you have the negative numbers from minus 1 till infinity. Towards the right, you have the positive numbers from positive 1 to positive infinity. Take a look at this figure below. You see what I meant by number line. The number line is just a straight line that extends to infinity used in adding directed numbers. Let's take some questions involving this number line in adding and subtracting directed numbers. Okay, question number 1 says, use the number line to simplify 3 plus 4. They say 3 plus 4, just draw a number line. Okay, now 3 plus 4, which means you are starting from 3. Plus 4 means you are going to move into 4 places. So you start moving from 3 to 4, 1, to 5, 2, to 6, 3, to 7, 4. So you have moved into 4 places. And you see that you've landed at 7. Therefore, 3 plus 4 gives us 7. So the number line is a very important tool for adding directed numbers. Look at this one also. So we are asked to use a number line to add 2 and 5. Okay, so you are beginning from 2. you move into 5 places. So you move from 2 to 3, 1, to 4, 2, to 5, 3, to 6, 4, to 7, 5. And you see that you landed at 7 also. Hence, 2 plus 5 will give us 7. Now look at this one. This is tricky. They say we should subtract 128 from 264. And if you start moving 1, 1 from this kind of number line, you exhaust 300 pages and you've not finished, or even more than 300 pages. So you have to maybe jump in hundreds to cover 100, jump in 20 to cover 20, jump in 4, and jump in another 4 to get 128. And you see yourself landing at 136. All right. So take a look at this question displayed here. It will help you to ascertain if you understood what I've just taught you very well. So ask yourself these questions. Do I know the meaning of directed numbers? Can I simplify the problems in number 2 and 3? Can I use number line to add 6 and 8? How can you apply directed numbers in real life? Try to do this, honestly. If you're able to do that, it means you've understood directed numbers. Remember, directed numbers can be applied in real life. Your account balance, when it is negative, it means it's a directed number, okay? Whether it's positive, it's still directed. Your temperature can be high or low. It can be negative or positive. You can see all these things. When you make a profit, it's positive. When you make a loss, it's negative, all right? When your account is debited, it's negative. When it's credited, it's positive. So all these things are the real life applications of directed numbers. So let's summarize. Directed numbers are those numbers which have a direction and size. The various mathematical operations can be carried out on directed numbers. Your temperature readings, profit and loss, debit and credit are all real life manifestations of directed numbers. Now take your assignment. What are directed numbers? Simplify the problems in 2, 3, 4, 5. Then in number 6, use the number line to simplify -6 minus 7. Okay? Now you can see the real life manifestations of directed numbers. Okay. For further studies, if you want to still understand this thing properly, if you want to read on your own, you can lay your hands on hidden facts in mathematics for junior secondary, or essential mathematics for JSS class, book 3. You can go online at the site displayed there to help you for concretization of the concept being taught. Okay, so if you want to submit your assignment to tell yourself the truth, whether you've learned the topic vividly or not, here is my phone number and WhatsApp number, 07068394063, or you reach me on my email, chooks@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.